Hey all, April 25th, looking at the infrared satellite imagery. There's the state of California to the right of this screen. Look at the curly Q off the coastline there. That is our low pressure system developing and dropping down the coastline. We're going to continue some thunderstorms here over the next few days, and we're going to bring some very chilly temperatures with this upper level trough that's going to move down across the region. We'll go into those details here as we go through the video this morning. Taking a look at the last 24 hours, you can see some of Northern California and Southwest Oregon got in on that thunderstorm activity here over the last 24 hours, and that's going to continue to shift south and east as we go through the next couple of days. We're going to dive into those details here, and I'll show you just what's coming for some of Southern California. Chances for precipitation are increasing, and we could have a couple thunderstorms across some of Southern California as well with this little upper level low. The spin of the atmosphere is going to move right across Southern California. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station that by chance detects lightning, tells you the distance the strikes are from your house, very fun weather station, click on that link down below to save 10% off. Now looking at the European model, this is at 18,000 feet. We're showing you the trough out over the coastal areas here. You can see the ridge way out across the Pacific Ocean. And of course, when you get the trough, you get the clouds and the cooler weather, rising air, precipitation, thunderstorm activity, and even some mountain snows. And then as we go on in through the day today, you can really see this taking up shape and setting up shop here across some of California. Look at that, perfectly centered across the state by the time we get into Saturday afternoon. And that's why we're going to be fairly chilly here across the region. Some areas are going to even get down probably towards record low temperatures. And then this trough hangs on for a bit here as we go through the early portion of next week. And then we start to build another ridge here along the west coast of North America, and we'll see what is to come after that as we go. Taking a look at thunderstorm potential here for today, you can see Northern California and some of the Sierra Nevada has now been added to the Storm Prediction Center here. And so, yeah, you can see portions of Nevada and Oregon also. Some severe weather out there possible across the Texas Panhandle yet again today. And you can see as we go through the day tomorrow, we start to bring that chance down to some of the San Joaquin valleys, some of the coastal areas there as well, and then maybe down across Southern California also. Now looking at this is the Bay Area National Weather Service. Talking about even some small hail there, elevated seas, some cloud to ground lightning, and this is updated here this morning at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And yeah, watch out for that dangerous lightning as well. If you see these dark clouds coming, you guys know what to do. Stay in your car or find a sheltered area. Mountain travel delays. So this is from 5 p.m. today until 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. Look at that, 3 to 8 inches of snow above 6,000 feet. 12 inches or more over some of the higher peaks, and it's going to be a little bit of a localized activity here. So some areas are going to get more, some areas will get a bit less. Wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour, and of course higher across the higher terrain. And if we look at some of that, you can see Donner Peak. Look at that, 8 to 12 inches there. And again, snow level starting initially today here, 6,000 feet, falling to 5 to 5,500 feet by Saturday. And again, this is the timing from today all the way on into this weekend. There is some wind advisories as well. Nothing too crazy there, but watch out for some of the gusty winds there across the higher terrain east slopes of the mountain areas there off towards the deserts and whatnot. It could get a bit blustery. And if we take a look at those winds, you can kind of see they're going to be out of the west and out of the southwest here across the desert areas. As we go through tonight, you can kind of see them really pick up across the Peninsula Range and some of the desert regions out towards Las Vegas, Lake Mead. And then you can see the spin in the atmosphere here as well. We're looking at 80-meter wind speed. You can kind of see the spin there as we go through Saturday morning, and that positions itself right across Southern California as we go on in through the day and the night on Saturday. So looking at the European model, wider view of things here, this is our low pressure center, and it's been trending a little bit wetter here for Southern California, and you see the mountain snows flying, especially as we go on in through the day and the night on Saturday. We go off in towards Sunday, you can still see some of that snow flying there, and it starts to cut off there very early Monday morning and pushes off to the east there also. Then you can see the ridge of high pressure kind of redevelop there. And we kind of keep some of these showers going on as we go through the early to mid week period coming up also. So we'll watch that over the next few days. Now, taking a look at composite reflectivity, this is what the Doppler radar may look like here over the next 60 hours. So if I put that into motion, as we go through the day today, you can see some of these thunderstorms firing up off the Sierra Nevada, Northern California, and there's some showery activity here across some of the foothills of Southern California, getting a little bit of precipitation here this morning from what I saw in some of the observations. And as we scroll on in through tonight and towards tomorrow morning, there goes that spin in the atmosphere, and you see some of these showers packing some moderate or heavy rain, and that could bring a thunderstorm risk with it. Wouldn't even be surprised to see some of the special marine warnings going out for waterspout potential. And if that comes on shore, it could be a brief, weak tornado with that activity also. And then we scroll on in through the day Sunday, and that activity starts to push off across Nevada by the time we get towards Sunday afternoon. So surface base cape, I do want to show you that it is going to be destabilizing on the day Saturday. You can kind of see, again, this turning and the spin in the atmosphere there. And again, I would not be surprised to hear of some waterspout potential with that. So we're going to watch out for that as we go on into the day Saturday. Eyes on the sky, especially if you're along the coastal areas, anywhere from San Diego up towards Point Conception. Now, total precipitation in inches, put this into motion, and you can see that it looks like Los Angeles, maybe a quarter of an inch there, a little bit down towards San Diego as well. And then you can see the higher amounts across the Sierra Nevada. Some of the San Joaquin Valley getting quite a decent rainfall here for late April as well. You can see some areas getting maybe up even towards a half an inch. So definitely not bad. Some of the Sacramento Valley doing pretty well. And virtually the entire state getting some rainfall except for the desert areas and portions of western Arizona. I'm going to scroll off in towards the early portion of mid portion of next week, and you can kind of see wrapping things up there. But so why do we call it an upper level low? So right now we're looking at 18,000 feet. We're looking at just raw temperature data here. So if we take a look at that, you can kind of see, you can really see what is going on here. You can see where that upper level low is located there. That is our low pressure system. It's going to be with us as we go through this weekend in a nicely carved out trough here across the southwest USA. So we can also see that at 10,000 feet or 700 millibars. You can see it looks like a bowling ball here, polar lobe taking a swing all the way down across California. But as we get a bit closer to the surface, you'll notice that the signal is much more muted. You can kind of see it right there. I'll scroll back there, and we can see as we go through the day Saturday, see that frontal system there, but you can see it's much more difficult to discern there as we go on in towards the weekend. And yeah, again, this isn't 2,500 feet off the surface. So again, it's just not quite as identifiable versus what you can see in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And if you look at the surface temperatures here, you can see the frontal system right there. But again, it's a little bit difficult to pick up, and then it swoops down across Southern California as you go on in through the day on Saturday. And you can see that cooler air kind of marching down the west coast of North America and pushing out across the Pacific Ocean. So kind of interesting stuff there. That's why meteorologists refer to these sometimes as upper level lows. Now, taking a look at the artificial intelligence, I'll scroll through here as well, and you can kind of see it has a little bit better precipitation amounts, maybe a quarter of an inch for some of the coastal areas there, but a little bit better across some of the higher terrains you get towards the foothills and the Sierra Nevada. You can see maybe 1.5 inches of precipitation, and of course, above 5,000, 6,000 feet. A lot of that is going to be in the form of snowfall. So as you scroll on in towards next week here, we're taking a look off into the future and not seeing too much there as we go off into the future. But yeah, we'll take whatever we can get definitely at this time of year. Now, this is something interesting as well. This is the European snow depth in inches. So basically shows you the current snow depth. And as this system moves through, you can see some of that snow flying across even the transverse range, maybe a few inches down there. But you'll notice as I scroll on through the model run, you can also see it melt off. So if I scroll through there pretty quickly, you can kind of see the loop is going there. And you can see the snow fall, and then it kind of melts. And this is the time of year we're really starting to reduce the snowpack there across the higher terrain as well. But we'll give it a little bit of a pause this weekend with this system moving across the area and add a little bit to it, and then we'll be on the decline again as we go through next week. So daily 2-meter max temperatures here. So you can see Sacramento, San Joaquin Valley, some of the desert areas. This is Friday, April 25th. We go to tomorrow. Look at these temperatures really cool down here as we go through Saturday and Sunday. Pretty chilly. I mean, look at only the desert areas only getting into the 70s here. Las Vegas only up towards 70 degrees. And then we scroll off in towards Monday. We start to bounce those temperatures back. Tuesday, Wednesday, we start to warm things up again here as we go through next week. So we'll watch that and see how that is going to unfold as we get on into next week. But definitely looks like a bounce back from these chillier temperatures. And if we look at the anomaly, we're going to scroll through. This is a one-day running anomaly here. And there's going to be some very chilly overnight lows for some areas as well. In the afternoon highs, you're definitely going to feel this when you're out and about. Some areas 20 degrees below normal here probably at times over the next couple of days. And then we go off in towards next week and you see the temperatures bounce back. So I'll scroll back through that one more time and you can kind of see just how chilly things are going to be as we go through this weekend. So kind of a nice change of pace anyway. Looking at the drought monitor, the only thing I saw was that they did add some extreme drought to portions of New Mexico. I didn't see any change across the state of California. These drought monitor updates come out every Thursday. And here we are, the statewide snowpack. Yeah, so we are at 71%. Not too great here, but again, we're going to put a little bit of a pause on that and drop a bit of snowfall here. So we'll see how that responds percent of normal to date. Here's the 6 to 10 day above normal for a lot of the West. And you got this little bit of above normal here for some of California, Nevada, and Arizona. And I checked that out in the artificial intelligence, and it does show a little signal there for some above normal. We'll see how this goes, and we'll be breaking down these systems one by one as they come in and to see what kind of precipitation we're actually going to get. So make sure to stay tuned for that. But yeah, there it is, ongoing right now. Watch out for that thunderstorm potential over the next few days. This weekend, probably not a good time to travel across the backcountry if you can avoid it. You know, there's still going to be some snow flying, like Donner Pass, going back and forth there on I-80 is going to be a mess at times, especially on the day tomorrow, Saturday. So anyway, click like and subscribe. We will do this all again tomorrow. We'll break everything down, and I will talk to you guys then.